morning. Today is Saturday, September the 10th, and I am running some errands. So first I'm going to the post office. Haven't even done anything to this mop yet. Just took my shower and literally threw my clothes on, and I'm on the way to the post office, but that's okay. I just want to get there before they close because I slept in today because I needed to. So gonna go mail a return, and then I'm gonna come back and do some work in my classroom this morning. Just some things that I've been wanting to get ahead on so that next week hopefully I'll be able to have my Saturday to myself. So come along with me. Okay, so I'm a little bit more presentable now. I actually did my hair. I am back from the post office. I'm at the school now. There were quite a few people in the post office, so I didn't feel like I could really show you anything there. But we're going to go on in and get a to-do list done for today so I can get started. I am working a little bit this Saturday just so that I can get ready for next week and make sure that I have a stress-free, organized week.
2020. That would be hilarious. I was like, heck no, that is not something I wanted to advertise.
Oh, that chocolate?
Well, it's a different sound with his ears covered, probably.
Oh.
Hey!
Marcos.
What's up?
Marcos. The whole backseat is filled.
Oh, yes, sir.
Cool.
Who's sure about these, are
Hey,
you?
buddy.
Hello, so today is Tuesday. I am actually on an awkward lunch break right now. Normally I would have students, and it's really weird that I don't have any students right now, but I'm involved in a team that is working to improve some things at the district level for students who have special needs. And so this afternoon I have to meet with a state representative and from the State Department of Education, and she's going to talk to us about writing our plan and our goals for the next year for the district. So I have a sub this afternoon, and she came before lunch, which I should have known she was going to do that, but it was awkward because I wasn't really expecting to see her until I took my kids to lunch. So I came down here to the staff lounge for a few minutes, which literally this is the first time I've seen the staff lounge this year. I'm actually supposed to be doing some work in here. Like last year I helped redo the staff lounge, and so we painted those little stripes in here to make it look, just like we had done something with it. And then I redid the bulletin boards, this one over here, just to make it more homey. And this is not something that I did, but last year I had this all organized and pretty, and you can see I had everything organized in these, and it was not like that. But over the summer they came in and they painted, and everything kind of got thrown around, and so the tables aren't in bad shape. And back here I had made a little hold on, there's a little seating area back there that I had made a couch area, and there's a little table and some chairs back there, so there's a place for teachers to sit and relax. But I want to put my bookshelves back so that things are organized. I had tried to create a little teacher library area with resources for teachers, and also a place that teachers could share books with each other, and everything is just mixed up now. Anyway, so all that to say that I'm supposed to be in here redoing that stuff. And have I even been in here this year? No. I've been too busy because I'm trying to help all of my students in my class who have very, very different needs. But I got interrupted, so I'm now in a different room in the building. But okay, so here's the deal. I am going to be doing an after-school club this year. I just got approval for it. I got the kids together yesterday and we decided what they wanted to do. They want to do a cooking club. So I am here in our used to room, which is now the staff lounge for the high school teachers. So I have to look around and see if there are supplies that I need, because if I need anything, I have to order it. So let's look and see what's here. So here's one like ladle, a couple of wooden utensils, this slotted spoon, a broken whisk. Looks like we could use a whisk. There's one of the adjustable measuring tools. We have a microwave that works. There's a couple more sides to this, so I'm gonna have to look around and see. But it looks like I'm gonna need to order a few sets of measuring things, maybe a set of mixing bowls. Yeah, and then I'll see what else that we need. Hello, so I'm now on my way to pick up the grocery pickup order for this week. I wanted to do it yesterday, but it just didn't work out with the timing. I had a party last night for my 31 business, which something new that I've just started doing to make money for Ainsley's wedding, my daughter's wedding. So I'm having parties on different random nights, and probably gonna have to like look at my schedule and figure out what's the best way to schedule them from here on out, now that I have a lot of school activities going on, to make sure that I can still get everything done for home. But tonight we have a PTO meeting, so I am in a hurry to go get this grocery order picked up and then run back to the school for the PTO meeting. We're technically all supposed to be at the meetings, but there's so many of us now that we're combined into one school that as long as we have a good representation, it should be good. But you know, I'm not trying to miss the first meeting, so yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm on my way. I'm about 20 to 25 minutes out from the grocery store, and then I'll come back and the meeting is at 6. So it's currently 3:30. Should be able to make it no problem, and then hopefully grab a snack in between. So I'm now back home and we have finished the PTO meeting. It went pretty well, and I have just been sitting here grading a few things, but I'm getting ready to take a quick shower and head to bed. Tomorrow's going to be another long day. I have a meeting after school for the school improvement team, so yeah, I think I'm pretty well planned for tomorrow, but I need to figure out what I'm going to do with my 8th graders the rest of the week, Thursday and Friday, because we've been doing a pre-test and we were supposed to do it online, but the online system is not working, so I had to resort to printing it out, and it's 60 questions long, which is a lot of paper and a lot of just, in general, it just takes them a long time to do it when it's on paper like that and there's that many questions. So we've been working on the pre-test for the last couple of days, and they're still not finished with it. They should finish with it tomorrow, but then I need to figure out what I'm doing with them on like Thursday and Friday. So like this year I'm redoing my curriculum a little bit because I wanted to do my Africa lessons towards the beginning of the year, since I just got back and you know it's fresh in my mind. And I also noticed that with my 8th graders, they didn't do as well on the physical science part of the EOG, which is our end of the year test for the state. And I think it's because we do physical science so early in the year with them. And then when they go to take it, even though we're reviewing, it's been too long since we've done the actual instruction, like the full-blown unit. So I decided that this year I would start with the life science instead, and then do physical science like more in the spring, so that it'll be a lot closer to testing. And hopefully that means that when I do the remediation, it will be just like pounded into their brain at that point, because the physical science is actually a very large part of their curriculum. So if they do well on that, they typically will do pretty well on the overall test. So that's my plan. And for that reason, like, I'm kind of like reinventing the wheel in my lessons because I'm doing them in a different order than I usually do. So it feels all new to me, and I'm just feeling like, it's taking me longer than normal to plan because of that. But this weekend my family is coming, so I'm not going to have a lot of time to do work. So I really need to get my plans done tomorrow, but I also need to get some things done around the house in the next couple of days. So it's going to be tricky balancing everything, but I'm just going to try to work really hard while I'm at school tomorrow and ignore all my distractions and not stay too late, so that I can, as soon as the meeting is over, I'm just going to leave, go straight home, and get to work on things at the house so that I'll be ready when everyone comes. So I'm really looking forward to my sisters coming this weekend for the baby shower for my daughter, and it should be a good time. And I'm always like in a good mood when I get to visit with my sisters, so I'm looking forward to it. But all right, I need to go to bed because I'm gonna have to drive myself tomorrow. Joe's going to a football game and he'll be getting home late, so he's taking a separate car, and I have to gas up the vehicle in the morning because the gas station was closed by the time I got home tonight. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna let you go so that I can get some rest, and I will check in with you tomorrow. Ask your partner. Huh? Yes. All right. Who's good at telling the time by looking at the clock? What time is it? 12. You mean 11? A quarter. Okay. All right. So in 5 minutes, we're going to need to clean up. So if you didn't finish all of your stuff, go ahead and finish now. We need to at least be cleaning up by noon. Okay? So finish your last couple of bubbles. That when you're done, and rinse that completely out, and then stick them back in the white cubbies.
Have you been writing down how big they are? Have you been measuring?
You gotta measure them and write down how big each one is.
So you have measured all of those again.
Yep. If you did it, you're gonna have to do them again. Alright, so here's this one. I can just go like this. And then this one. I might have to just put, oh no, I have some right here. This is the palm olive. And that one's the generic. Generic palm olive. Yep. If you have any trouble with this one, let me know and I'll put some more soap in it. Good morning. Today is Thursday. I'm kind of tired because we had the PTO meeting last night, which it went really well. We had a decent amount of people for our first time, but it's a late night and I have a lot of things to do today. So I graded some papers last night when I got home, and today I need to enter them in the grade book. And then I also need to work on my data notebook because Thursday we're going to be meeting with our PLC, which is our team for our grade level band. And we're working on, compiling data notebooks right now. So I need to make sure that I've made some progress since last week. I don't have to have it all done, but I've gathered some things like student interest surveys and things like that. I'll link my student interest survey below in case you are an upper elementary or a middle school, high school teacher and would like to use it. But I'm doing, those kinds of things right now. Like what are they interested in? How do they learn best? We're also doing some things in our advisory time, which is like our homeroom and SEL time, that it's all about friendships and what type of friends they have and what type of friends they are to other people. So I have some info on that from the students. And then I also have some pre-test scores. So I've had an issue because with us moving to one school, there have been a lot of computer roster issues, and Normally I do my pre-test on SchoolNet, which is great because it self-grades, but this year I've had to print them out, and it is a lot. It's a lot of paper, it's a lot of grading, and so I'm not going to have time to do any of that this weekend because I'm going to have family in town, so I guess that's just going to have to be stuck in there for now in my data notebook, and then I'll have to analyze it next week a little at a time during my planning time. So I have my work cut out for me. And then also we need to do floors at our house tonight, reorganize the fridge, do some bedding so that everything is nice and fresh when my family comes. So yeah, it's going to be a busy day, but I'm feeling pretty good. Got a decent amount of sleep. I took it really slow this morning. Didn't push myself. We left the house at the last minute, but I had everything ready to go this morning. So I think that's the key, like when you know you're going to have a late night, just having everything all ready to go so that you're not stressed when you get in there. And then, you know, if you're changing the date on your board when your kids walk in, it's not a big deal if you've been here late. Just give yourself a little bit of grace, and, you know, things will get done when they get done. So I just have a few minutes. I'm eating an apple, and then in about 8 minutes, I have to go outside for morning duty, and we kind of stand there and just chat as a staff while the kids walk to the cafeteria, make sure nobody like goes anywhere weird, and then we get a few minutes back in our room to get ready for the day. So probably take that minute to like make sure my board's changed, and yeah, we're good to go. So today's plans, my 7th graders, they did an article on climate change and the food that we eat yesterday. And today we're going to come back and we're going to talk about cell parts. So those things don't really seem to go together, but I'm going to put them together because ultimately what I'm going to do is connect the ideas of how the sun heats the earth in different places with how plants grow in different places in the earth, like at different times of the year. So we're going to study plant parts, cell parts, and then we're going to talk a little bit more about, you know, how the seasons affect plant growth around the world. So that's my 7th grade, is breaking down the cell parts today and going over their article. My 6th grade, we're also working with the Journey North program, which I'll link that below. It's like a way to study seasonal changes across the globe and just talk to other scientists and submit data and look at other students' data online. So we're going to be planting tulips later on. I'm ordering them with some of my science money for this year, and we'll probably plant them like late, like probably November, because they have to chill in this area for, I think it's 60 days before you can plant them. Otherwise, you'll get green stumps and you'll get no blooms because we're in such a temperate area of the United States. So right now I'm just doing the pre stuff, and I'm teaching the 6th graders about temperature and microclimate. So, but yesterday we talked about temperatures around the globe, and we're going to come back and look at something on Google Earth today where I've mapped out different temperatures, and they can see like the differences in the seasons across the globe. And then we're going to go into a little mini unit on the distribution of sunlight across the globe. So it's now afternoon. I got super busy earlier today and I didn't have a chance to check back in with you. I've been like grading so many papers. I have stacks all over the place around me, but I got a lot of grades entered, so I feel really accomplished today. I had the best teaching day today. This year I have a lot of challenges. One of the things that's challenging me is the fact that we have combined our classes, so I have all of my 6th graders together in one group, so it's a pretty good sized group, and then I have all of my 8th graders together in one big group, and that's a very large class. And my 8th grade class is the one that I have the end of grade testing on. So, it's a lot of pressure to have all those kids together. Normally, our state guidelines say that you should not try to do labs with more than 12 students. That's just like their safety guidelines. I have 24 students in my class. So it's really difficult. They're packed in here, and I spent all this time on my room and making everything set up the way that I wanted for blended learning, but there's just no like really great way to set it up so that you have spaces to meet with students, spaces for the library, spaces for, all of this equipment that you have to have in a science room, your teacher area, and all of your students when you have that many kids packed in to a room. So that's one thing that has been challenging. Another thing is that we had to cut our classes from 90 minutes to 60 minutes, which it's really, really difficult to get through any sort of direct instruction and lab in the same class. It's difficult to get a lab done in a 60-minute class, especially when you have a lot of students in one class. The third thing that's been really difficult is that I have students that are normally traveling with a one-on-one assistant to be included in the regular classroom. Those students this year do not have an assistant at all due to budget constraints. We weren't able to have one. And so, I have no problem like working with students of different levels because I taught elementary school. So I'm very well versed in, curriculum at many different levels. And it's, if all I'm doing is taking care of those students, that's not a problem. But trying to keep all of my students going and work with those students at the same time when, they're non-reading students and non-writing students for the most part, it's just a lot. Like it's a lot on a regular classroom teacher to ask. So I love those students and I'm very glad that they're being included in our class. I think it's very good for them, but I'm always trying to make sure that I give my best, my 110% to every child that I have in my classroom. So that has put a tremendous amount of pressure on me this year to design lessons that are going to meet the needs of that diverse of a group of learners with that many students in my classes and that short amount of time that I'm trying to deliver instruction. It's just like the trifecta of difficult situations. So today, the reason why I had such a great day today was that in my 6th grade class, I did a lab. I am working with them to get them ready for the Journey North project. And one of the things that I'm trying to develop is the understanding that there are many climates all over the place, that, temperature is an average. And so today we went outside and we were taking temperatures in different locations around the school grounds so that they could discover this concept for themselves. And we were trying to make guesses about where it would be warmer, where it would be cooler, and then we went out and tested everything. Today I looked up, and when sometimes you just have those magical moments where everything is going right in your lesson, I had that today. I looked up and I looked around, and all of my students were doing the lab. They were fully engaged. They were excited about learning. They were forgetting that it was even an assignment, and they were just engaged in the process of science. And I looked back behind me, and 3 of my students who normally struggle and need my help all the time were working in a group together, helping each other, totally on track, doing everything they were supposed to do, understanding the lesson. And I was like, this is like the golden moment. It was like everything lined up. Whoa! So I'm feeling really positive about my day today. I got a lot done. My students were learning. My 8th graders mostly have finished their pre-test, which was 60 questions, so that was a lot. I have a few left to do tomorrow, but overall, I felt like I had a very positive day. So I'm ending the day feeling good. I'm going to end this vlog here. This has just been several days in my life, but I have just kind of shown you different aspects of the beginning of the year, the reality of what it's like as a teacher, all the different directions that we're pulled in. So thanks for listening, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next video. As always, don't forget to work hard, be kind, and amazing things will happen. Bye-bye.